Welcome everybody. We have 3 options in this reading, and we're just going to be seeing how can you make the most of 2021. So that's what we're going to see. And I've got 3 options here, and they are represented. For those of you who like to have an object to help you choose, I have 3 little cat bowls. So this is option number 1. Of course, you just use the timestamps below. Option number 2. And option number 3. All right, guys, go ahead and choose your timestamp, and I will see you at your reading. Okay, welcome to everybody who chose option number 1. We have a lot of cards that we're going to look through. I used a lot of different tarot decks to see if there are any cards that repeat, because those could be like major themes for you. And then we have some oracle cards as well. And you're going to finish with this fortune cookie message at the end. All right, so let's see. So we have the 6 of Cups. I'm just going to read these in upright. We're using a lot of different decks. I like to read in the way that cards interact with each other more than I do reversals anyway. Although I use them, but I'm just not feeling it right now, especially with all of these different decks. Okay, so we've got 6 of Cups, Tower, Sun, 9 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups, 5 of Swords, 9 of Cups, and the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, so how can you make the most of the year? Let me move the camera a little bit so you can see better. I feel like this year you're moving on from some sort of emotional situation from the past. I think maybe you've already started to move on. I think you're moving on from it's probably a person, but it's some sort of emotional situation, a personal relationship, or someone you have feelings for. I mean, it could be even a coworker, but you have cared about this person. It doesn't need to be romantic per se, but this is someone that you liked, but for some reason you are feeling the need to move on from them. I think that you're probably starting the year already in that process of moving on. And I feel like your guides are encouraging that, even though, this has been someone who's been good for you in the past. Your guides are saying there is definitely a good reason for you to move on. And in fact, they don't want you to hem and haw and hesitate and say, maybe I'll move on. No, maybe they're not going to act like that anymore. I feel like your guides are saying you're going to be so much happier if you just cut this person out. Just stop talking to them, because I feel like they're giving you a headache. And it might be, the fact that you do care so much about this person that's causing them to be such a headache for you. Because maybe you want to help them in some way. But I feel like your guides are just saying you kind of need to just clear the slate and move on. The next 2 cards here are the Sun and the 9 of Cups. You're going to be so much happier. It may take you a while still, though. If we're reading these as first quarter of the year, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, I feel like by the third part of the year, you're going to be so much happier. Moving on, and we'll pull some clarifiers if you're not sure what this is talking about or who it's talking about. I'm assuming that you're moving on, though, from someone, so you should probably already know about it. If not, that you're going to start to feel the urge to do that in the first maybe 3 months of the year. And it really clears the slate for you, so that by the last 3 months of the year, you'll be more capable of really focusing on achieving what you want to achieve for yourself and investing in your future. You may have been emotionally investing so much in this person's life and maybe, helping them or something like that. that you just didn't have enough to spare. It was just too much of a headache. It was causing too much anxiety. So the best thing that you can do is to move on. Let's pull some clarifiers though, just in case any of you are still not sure what this is talking about. Yeah, there's some sort of ending. I think that you may have thought that this would be either a happy friendship or a partnership. This started out feeling really good, which is why it's hard to move on. But then it got to the point where it just didn't meet your expectations. And I think that maybe you started to question this person's behavior. You may have thought, at some point, I'm not really sure, is this person keeping secrets from me? Are they telling me the whole truth? So yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna feel, if it doesn't already, it's gonna feel like it's hard to imagine a solid future with this person anymore. Did something bad happen, or is it just that it didn't reach fruition? It just came to its natural conclusion. Like I said, I feel like you still care about the person, but it's like you have to give this person tough love. Yeah, it's like this person will probably try to pull you back. Maybe they already have tried to pull you back into their life already. Because they have the Devil card. They're very attached to you. They don't want you to leave their life. They really put you, whether they act like it or not, in their mind and in their heart, they really elevate you. They really put you on a pedestal. But there's just something here that is not healthy. There's some dynamic here that is not healthy. I'm not getting any specifics. I don't think that this person even tried to hurt you. They weren't trying to, but something is just not healthy in the dynamic. So maybe it's both of you. Maybe you're both contributing to this dynamic not being healthy. But it's like here we have the Nine of Cups reversed. Over here, it's the Nine of Cups is going to come up upright. I know I started out saying I wasn't going to use reversals, and then I felt like it for these clarifiers because they're all from the same deck. So it's a little easier. But yeah, this situation is just keeping you from being happy. It's not necessarily that this is a bad person or they did something horrible to you, but something about it is just not healthy for either of you. You're going to be much happier if you move on. Anything else that Spirit wants to say to you about that? Because it looks like it is going to be difficult. There may have been words exchanged between the two of you that were hostile or critical, argumentative. I feel like some of the words that were exchanged came out of a feeling of confusion. You both were not really understanding the other person. There's no lack of love on either side, but it may have been difficult to see that. And so I feel like, there was always this suspicion of underhandedness on the other person's part. But I feel like it's just that there's some things in their life that they're still working on, or they're still working on communication skills, or it's just, they're not a perfect human being, and nobody is, and neither are you. I definitely feel whoever this person is, they really cared about you a lot. They really did. But I feel like the separation between the two of you is very necessary. And I think that both of you are always gonna, fondly remember each other. Maybe at some point you'll be able to come back into each other's lives and it will be a healthier dynamic. But either way, you're not going to be alone in life simply because you are moving on from an unhealthy situation. I feel like for those of you, if this is a romantic person, I feel like you're looking for someone to really settle down with and really, have that long-lasting, probably forever type relationship with. Till death do us part is probably what you're looking for. And this was not going to be that, with this unhealthy dynamic, it wasn't going to be that for you. It could have been something, but it probably would have not been what you want, what you really want. It may have been, it may have even been just something to ease the loneliness. I think also, both of you felt that you were really contributing to this equally. You both thought that you were, but I think that you both thought that the other person was not. And so that was part of the unhealthy dynamic. You both doubted the other person's sincerity. You doubted their intentions. And so it seems like it's going to be difficult to get to a place where the two of you can see things. I know some people are just going to have a hard time with this. Is there anything else that they need to know about 2021 other than this? We get the Four of Pentacles reversed. Ace of Cups. They just want to remind you, not just in your love life, but in any area of your life, when you cling on to something, that is one way of being afraid of taking risks. Now, you might think of it as, well, if I move on from this person, then I'm afraid of the risk of seeing what would happen with the two of us. Yes, but your guides are saying you're also holding yourself back from taking that risk of opening up to a new prospect. And maybe it's a friendship. Maybe it's just letting you know that there are other people that you could be friends with as well. But also they're saying in any area of your life, even in work, even in money matters, you have to, if you are holding on to something so tightly like this, the universe can be trying to bring you all kinds of wonderful blessings, but because your hands are like this, there's nowhere for the universe to place it. If you hold, your life more freely like this, then if something is here and it's meant to stay there and it's good for you, it will be stable, and you won't have to force it to stay in your hands, right? But your hands will also be open and receptive to other blessings that might actually be better for you, or additional blessings. Sometimes we're just so focused on one area of our lives that it's hard for us to even appreciate all of the wonderful blessings happening in other areas of our lives. I definitely feel that there's a strong message that financially, actually, you're going to benefit from moving on from this person, because you'll just have more mental and emotional energy to put towards those things. Now, when it comes to that area of life, the finances and how to make the most of this year in that way, finances and career, what is the guidance? We have the Empress card, the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you're really going to be bringing about a lot of prosperity this year in your financial life. By the end of the year, you're going to be very happy with what you've achieved. You may still feel at the end of the year that you didn't achieve all that you wanted, but oh my gosh, with the Seven of Pentacles, you've put yourself by the end of the year into such a wonderful position. I think that eventually you're going to get to the level of success that you want. It may not happen by the end of 2020, but you're going to be 7/10 of the way there at the very least. And I feel like whatever this is that you're doing It's something that you've already put a lot of time and effort and energy into. And I think that the main things that your guides want to remind you with this Six of Wands reversed is to not be such a perfectionist. You have to allow this to develop over time. You're putting in the work, you're putting in the effort this year, and that's how you're going to succeed. And I feel that you're already going to do that. You know, you didn't have to have this reading to tell you to do that. But it's just a confirmation that yes, things will be very successful for you, but you have to not be so much of a perfectionist about it, I feel like. Yeah, it's like we have the Sun card reversed. Like, again, it's not just holding your hands out and accepting and allowing the blessing, but it's also like appreciating the blessing. There are some real financial blessings coming in for you this year, and your guides want you to love yourself enough and respect yourself enough to realize that you are being successful, you know, like build yourself up. I feel like, you know, you're going to be working hard this year, and there might be some unforeseen obstacles that you face along the way, right? Like this guy didn't foresee getting bitten by this snake. It just happened. So they're letting you know that if you aren't as successful as what you're hoping to be by the end of the year, it's just because that's how life is. There are going to be things that come up along the way that sort of trip you up. I think that you're going to handle them effectively, and you're going to be really successful. So the most important thing in terms of this financial achievement aspect is just do not be a perfectionist. Appreciate yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. Let's see what else we have coming from our oracle cards. We have Conquering Fear, start today. Okay, so I'm going to read that full message at the end, but you know, I think it kind of goes along with what we were saying before about the fear maybe of moving on from circumstances. I think that, you know, it is going to be hard for you to do this. I feel like your angels are guiding you. They're helping you. They're helping you to feel safe and loved through this process, right? And if there are risks to take in these financial endeavors as well, your angels are really there. They just want to remind you that they're by your side. We have the Innocence card. Take time to play. Nurture your inner child. Live with a childlike sense of wonder. And I think that this feeling of innocence and just being at peace emotionally is part of what's missing for you by being so wrapped up in this emotional situation that you're trying to move on from. Yes, release and relax. It's not allowing you to relax. You're just emotionally, you know, worked up all the time and anxious perhaps about this situation. And it's draining so much of your mental energy that needs to be applied elsewhere. And then we have endurance, keep going. Yeah, there are going to be times when you don't want to move on. There are going to be times when this year is hard for you, but you're achieving so much. And again, you know, they just want you to trust and understand that forward movement is going to take you exactly to where you want to be, and to just notice the blessings that are already in your life. Some of you might feel kind of lonely, that you want more companionship, either from friends or in a romantic sense, but you just, and of course, you know, in 2020, we, even us extreme introverts like myself, you know, it's been a difficult year of like being sort of kept apart, you know, from social interaction more than what we're used to. So I think in 2020, you know, your guides want you to trust that, yeah, it may hurt even extra to have to leave a particular person behind because, because we're all feeling kind of lonely, you know, or, you know, a lot of people are struggling with that. And so they want you to trust that this forward movement is taking you towards that companionship that you do crave. Okay? And I was asking my guides, can I say this or can I not? Because I wanted to say, you know, it could be that eventually the two of you can come back into each other's lives in a way that's more stable. And I was just asking my guides, I was like, can they hear that and like still move on? Or is that going to make it harder for them to move on? I think that you guys can hear that and still understand the message and the necessity of moving on. Because I think sometimes when people hear that, or when I hear that, sometimes I'm like, well, if there's a possibility of them being in my life eventually, why would I need to move on now? But it just feels like it's not stable yet. It may be stable in the future. With the Emperor card, it just feels like you all need to take a little bit of a rest from each other, like a very significant, many months long, at least, rest from each other, so that you can free up your mind. Look at this Emperor. The Emperor is not usually so lighthearted. Here, this Emperor is being childlike and innocent, right? I feel like this is the mentality that you need to be in so that you can, do what the Emperor does, which is build your own personal empire, build your life, build your own stability for yourself. You can't be, putting all of your mental energy into your anxiety about an emotional situation with someone and still have enough left over. It's important to be able to relax. So I think another final message is just in general, try to have fun. Be playful this year. It's not all about work. There was a message here that you will be working hard and really achieving, but also it's very important, not just in, extricating yourself from the anxiety of this situation, but in general, like finding ways to relax and just play and have fun. That will keep your energy levels stable as well, so that you can accomplish all that you're really wanting to accomplish, which I think will be significant. And so keep that in mind throughout the year when you're, it's like September and October and you're like, well, I've only got a couple months left and I didn't get where I wanted to go. I think it's just because you have these big ambitions. You're an emperor type person. You have those huge ambitions that you want to accomplish. So it's going to be hard to accomplish all that you want because of that, but you're going to get really far. You're going to achieve a lot. And so just recognize that. Okay, so if you're wearing headphones, I forget to say this. If you're wearing headphones, you might want to turn them down because I'm going to open this fortune cookie. And it's a little loud. Okay, what does it say? Okay, learn Chinese word on the back is spring. So I feel like spring is going to be a particularly good season for you. I feel like based on the cards, maybe like spring into summer, that part of the year. And if you're in the southern hemisphere, I don't know, that would be like just like the middle of the year, basically. Mid-year. Oh, okay. It is sometimes better to travel hopefully than to arrive. Oh my God, this is so pertinent for what we were saying, especially about the financial stuff. You're going to be hopeful and optimistic that you're going to achieve these big goals that you have for yourself. You probably won't get exactly to that destination that you're wanting to get to, but that what you're going to end up with is actually better than if you had done that. How? I don't know, but that's exactly what the fortune is saying, and that's what the cards were saying as well. Like, accept the blessing of it happening the way that it happens for you this year. It is sometimes better to travel hopefully than to arrive. Yeah, so just stay optimistic. Even if you feel that you're not going to arrive at the destination. Let me pull. The moon. Yeah, there are just so many unknown factors, right? You're going on this beautiful journey, and the point of the journey is to appreciate those unexpected things rather than to think, well, dang it, I ended up in Detroit and I really wanted to end up in Santa Fe. Well, what's wrong with Detroit? I mean, like you had an experience, right? And You learn something from that. I think whatever these unexpected things, of course, there are always going to be unexpected things. 2020 has definitely shown us that. Whatever those happen to be for you, those are the exact things that you need to happen. That's why those things are positive. And the Nine of Wands is related to the moon in Sagittarius astrologically, which is about having emotional experiences and learning the life lessons associated with those. You know, we have to confront certain battles in life in order to learn what it's like to overcome those battles or overcome those obstacles. That's what we're all here for. So, in any case, whatever the journey is for you this year, it is exactly as it needs to be. So trust that, especially in those moments where, like unexpected negative events arise. Okay, that there's something here that is actually nurturing my soul. There is something in this experience that I needed to have. So just look for those lessons and enjoy the journey. All right, so guys, I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Okay, sorry, number one people, I forgot to read this oracle message for you. I know the reading's been kind of long already, but I think these are beautiful messages, so if you want to hear it, here it is. Okay, conquering fear. Start today. Fear makes you feel small, fragile, threatened, and unable to take the next steps. You may also feel isolated, and yet you are not alone. Many angels surround you, wishing to help. So often, though, you forget to call on them, and then when you do ask, you doubt that they have heard, and so you ask again and again, weakening your own faith that they are actually there. Yet angels have been around you since you were first born. They heralded your arrival, have celebrated your successes, and tried to pick you up when you have failed or been hurt or needed their care and love. They remind you that you have already accomplished and conquered many things and have always survived and grown stronger. This new fear around you now has arisen out of your own shadow. It is the side of you that mistakenly thinks it keeps you safe by staying exactly where you are, never trying anything new, and always maintaining the status quo. It is, however, an illusion. These feelings and negative voices in your head that say, I can't or I won't, are just an energetic block that can be broken through by proclaiming, I can and I will. That which seems so difficult now needs to be taken a step at a time, broken down into achievable chunks and made comfortable to you, so you can cross each stepping stone with growing confidence and trust. Metatron sends his angelic helpers. They will stay with you day and night, urging you on, taking each step with you, yet not doing it for you, since you need to instigate each one yourself. They are here because you have called out for help, and so they responded as they always do. Feel their presence around you now. Let them help you breathe into your own fear and allow it to dissolve into light. See the safety net they have placed underneath you. You will not be allowed to fall. But long before you even would have fallen to the net, you would have found that you could fly. Feeling the safety of blue light around you and the care of your angelic helpers, know that you can do what is asked of you now. It may be a new job, a new life stage, leaving the safety of home, learning something new, or traveling somewhere different. All fears are understood and can be healed. No fear is too small or too great to bring up now for healing. Ask what it is that you are truly frightened of, and some of you will hear my own shadow as the response. Make peace with the parts of you that have been programmed to feel fear. Some fear is instinctive and some is learned from social and family patterns. Some may also have come in from past life experience. But no fear is incapable of being healed with angelic support and light. Now is the moment for you to face your own fear, see it as actually smaller than you thought it was, take action, create positive energy around it, and take that first step away from it. Doing so will give you a sense of achievement and pride. Congratulations and a pat on the back await you. Do it today. You will feel better for doing so. All right, so I hope that you enjoyed that. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hello to everyone who chose option number 2, this cute little dish here. So we're going to start off with a lot of tarot, and I pulled from 8 different decks because I wanted to see if there are like any repeating themes. So we'll see. We have the Wheel of Fortune coming out first, the 10 of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. Let me move the camera a little bit for you. Queen of Swords, King of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. Lots of people. Lots of people. So how do you make the most of this year? So I'm kind of looking at this like these 2 cards are like the first 3 months. These 2 cards are the second 3 months, and so on. So this would be the last 3 months of the year. So I feel like at the beginning of the year, things are moving. There are opportunities coming in. I think some areas of your life at the beginning of the year are going to be moving very quickly, and other areas of your life are going to require a little bit more patience. So I think to start out the year, it's just the way that you can make the most of it is to understand which areas are you going to need to move quickly in, which areas are you going to need to be more patient. There's something to do, there could be some sort of creative project you're working on, or something at work, at your job. It could even be like a home-based project. I think it's something that requires money, or it's something that allows you to earn money, but it's like a project of some kind. Or it just could represent your career. I think there's something that's going to be moving quickly in your career. Some sort of like, you'll have to move quickly in order to be successful with something about your career. And this will be very happy. I think it will come very easily. There's something that's going to happen in the first part of the year that will, in your career life, that will happen very quickly, and it'll be a very happy milestone for you. So what's their advice about that? They just want you to be looking for that opportunity. How will they recognize it? It's an opportunity that at first might seem like a challenge. And it might involve convincing someone else of something. You'll have to convince someone. There's some challenge that will present itself, but it's actually an opportunity. The opportunity is to convince someone to help you. I think that this person that you'll need help from, at first they may not want to help you. Because I get this, like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink kind of thing. This person might doubt that you're really willing to put in your share of the work here. Yeah, so it's sort of like you're going to have to sell some vision. You have a vision of something, but the challenge is convincing other people to be on board with that vision. And that's something that you're going to have to take advantage of very quickly in the first 3 months of the year. And you're going to have to demonstrate to this person or people you're trying to convince that this is a good idea. You're going to have to demonstrate your work ethic to them. Demonstrate that you are a reliable person, you're dependable. So that's what it is. So maybe for some of you it's a job interview and you just have to sell yourself, but and let them know that you're a good worker. Okay, and then the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, this happens very quickly. This thing in your career, it happens quickly, but it also is the start of something that will be more long-lasting. So there would be a quick milestone that you meet in the first 3 months, but this project will lead to something more long-term for you, which is going to bring you a lot of money, I feel like. So yeah, just this is just the beginning of a journey. That's what they're saying. Like something comes in very quickly, something happens very rapidly, and you do make some sort of significant achievement or milestone really quickly in the beginning of the year. But then they want you to remind you this is the beginning of a long journey. So they want you to see this as not one isolated project, but it's part of something that's going to be like a lifelong aspect of your career or your life purpose. A lot of times those are the same thing, right? So yeah, that's what we get for the first 3 months of the year. For the second 3 months, we get the Ten of Cups and the Queen of Swords. I think that there might be a need to find a balance between time spent with people this year, maybe especially in this second quarter of the year, and time spent on your own in solitude. Because there are important experiences to be had in social interactions, but there are also important experiences to be had that you'll only be able to have in solitude. Yeah, I think that's the second quarter of the year is going to bring you definitely some very exciting social opportunities, positive advancements with friendships, family, romance, any or all of those areas of your life. But you'll also have to balance that with taking a time out. Yeah, we have the Hermit and the Queen of Swords. These are both like cards of people who need to kind of... What I feel like is that maybe there's something new happening in your life in a social sense, and it's very happy, it's very promising, but in order for you to understand it and sort of process it, you're going to have to back away from it from time to time and kind of look at it from a distance to kind of understand it. It's very happy. It's a good thing. But I think you're going to have a lot to process, and it's just good for your health to make sure that you take time out for yourself so that you're not overextending yourself, because yeah, lots of beautiful, wonderful... I mean, I think that this is like a love type of a thing. Maybe you're meeting your true love, or there's a very important development if you're already in a relationship. And it's all just very beautiful. So, for some of you, it could even be a pregnancy, because the Empress, Ten of Cups has a baby, Queen of Cups is a mother card as well. So it could be related to that. If that's the case, then again, you just need to make sure that you're doing what's best for you and giving yourself your own time and space. But for others, it's just, there's a beautiful experience of companionship with someone or with groups of people, and you'll just need to step away sometimes and process it. Maybe you'll be more social than normal in this part of the year, and if you're an introvert, I mean, introverts just kind of have to pull back, right? And process things. That's just how it is. Anything else to be said about that before we move on? They're saying no. This Ace of Swords reversed. No, nothing else to say. All right, so for the third quarter of the year, so July, August, September, right? We have the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Cups. So I feel like whatever this emotional connection is here that seems to be like really taking off in the second part of the year. In the third part of the year, because you've done so well, or because you are going to do so well at balancing time spent with other people, time spent alone, all of that, you're going to feel so safe and secure with this person and so loved by them. It's like, I feel like if you're not in a relationship, it's like you're going to have a steady relationship partner by the third part of the year, and you just feel so safe with them. Is there any advice for this part of the year? It's just letting you know that's how it's going to be. Yeah, they just want you to know that this is going to be a very uncomplicated relationship. It's not going to be something that you have to force. It really develops very naturally. I feel like you feel very safe and secure. So they're really just wanting to let you know that that's going to happen. And you don't have to make it happen. And that's the beautiful part of it. Now, by the last 3 months of the year, October, November, December, I just feel like it's at that, part of the year, this relationship is even more committed. I just feel like, yeah, the last half of the year is just going to be like such a beautiful time for you in your relationship. Ten of Pentacles. I feel like, if you haven't met the one, this may be the year that you meet the one. And in order to best take advantage of that, they just want to make sure that you're allowing yourself time to process it. So maybe even like sit and journal about, well, this is what's happening right now. This is how I feel about it. Because they're going to be even positive emotions, even positive changes, big life changes like this can be really, can really cause a lot of stress on a person. So if you're able to handle that stress by like taking good care of yourself, taking times out when you need it, obviously you're going to really enjoy this person, so you're going to want to spend time with them a lot, but don't be afraid to say when you do need time for yourself. Because at the end of the year, we had the Nine of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. Like, I feel like this is someone who you could end up being married to. And I think by the end of the year, you'll definitely feel that way, and so will they. So this is a very significant relationship. Of course, if you're already in a relationship, it seems like, if it's a relationship that's not working, maybe you'll find something new. But if it's one that's working, it just feels like it's really gonna intensify in such a beautiful way this year and really progress. Let's look at your oracle cards and see. I just remember that I forgot to read. I told group 1 that I would read this, and I forgot. Anyway, yours says Cosmos mirrors you. Yeah, I feel like you're going to find your mirror in your love life this year. Yeah. They're pointing me to this XOOX. Like, this is a mirror too, right? It's kind of a mirror image. It's a strong love, strong as an ox. Wow, this is a very strong, like, cosmically guided love. Oh my goodness. And I feel like you've been waiting for this, yearning, longing for someone, undesired separation, pining. You've been wanting to meet the one. So probably you have not met them. You're probably not in a relationship, or if you are, it's not a very good one, and you want something better. You're going to get something wonderful in your love life this year. And we have hope. Stay positive. The worst is behind you. Look up to the light. So if you've been going through difficulties, you know, I mean, and in 2020, it's been difficult for everyone, right? You know, your guides want you to remain optimistic. Definitely self-expression. Again, there could be something in your career that is about self-expression, and that's very important, but also you sort of protect yourself by engaging in your own personal self-expression to help you process all the emotions of this new love coming into your life, you know, so that you don't feel overwhelmed by those emotions. Yeah, it's just so beautiful. I don't know what else to say. It looks like it's going to be a good year. All right, so if you're wearing headphones, I'm going to open this fortune cookie, and it could be a little bit loud. All right. So this will be our final thing, and then I'll try to remember to read that for you guys. Oh, anyway. Group 1's reading ended up being like 25 minutes long, so they probably didn't even notice. Okay. A kind word warms for 3 winters. The learned Chinese word on the back is diving. I mean, you're definitely diving into a very deep, intense emotional experience this year, which is, it's a kind and loving experience. I feel like you're going to feel so safe with this person. I feel like you're going to feel like you can weather any storm with them. Now, I also think that in your communication with this person, they might be saying as well, like, you know, kind of like, be careful about how you express yourself to them. Make sure that your words to them are kind. If you're feeling like you don't know how to express your words to them kindly, that might be a signal that it's time to take, you know, that time to yourself that we talked about, because your ability to speak kindly to each other is really going to be so important to your all's ability to weather these storms. And it definitely feels like this is like growing old together, significant long-term potential here. So I feel like your angels, your guides, they really want to set you up to have the best possible outlook with this. Wow. Okay, so that was really beautiful. Okay, let me read this. Let me try not to forget. I almost did again. All right. So let's just see what this final message is. Cosmos. Mirrors you. What you feel as random, chaotic, and disjointed in your world is a result of your scattered thoughts, words, and feelings that you have sent out into the greater universe, either consciously or unconsciously. So again, reminding you of the power of your words, even the ones that you're thinking. All right, no one sets out to ask for problems or difficulty, and yet what we think, speak, and project is so powerful right now. You are reminded today of how powerful your words are. The sacred geometric shape of the dodecahedron, perfectly balanced and proportioned, symbolizes the need for reasoned, wise, and well-intentioned words and thoughts that are also focused. You are in a state of regular communication with the universe. It listens and responds to what you emit and sound out constantly. If you have been projecting that life is hard, unfair, and difficult, the universe will give you more of the same. If, on the other hand, you speak of abundance, laughter, and wonder, that too will be made manifest. Think carefully about the programming that is inside you. Does it serve you well today? Or is it full of past disappointments or hurts, creating an expectation of a repeat performance? Changing scripts within you, starting to become conscious through affirmations and positivity, and surrounding yourself with high vibrations are important to you right now. The universe wants to support you and bring to you what you wish, but it does so based on the quality of your vibration or stance, which I think is why, maybe part of why they keep reminding you to take good care of yourself and to take breaks when you need to, because that will allow you to keep your own vibration high and this new love connection to be in a high vibration. Let's see, now I forgot where I was at. Oh, that's right. Okay, the universe wants to support you and bring to you what you wish, but it does so based on the quality of your vibration or stance. If you ask for abundance but don't really expect it, the lower vibration will cancel out any attempt at positivity. Archangel Metatron asks you to put behind your old ways, family patterns, and previous thoughts and doubts, and concentrate on what you wish to sound out anew to the wider cosmos. Let your thoughts and words be loving, positive, and thankful, and great gifts and blessings can follow. The universe mirrors what you say to it and expect of it. Everything in the universe was created from light, and therefore this card links into the great light of the Creator. This light that is all around you wishes to be condensed into something positive and affirming now. The Creator said, "Let there be light," and the darkness faded. So too can you use your own light to dissolve what is heavy around you. Pay attention now to your throat chakra, linked to the dodecahedron, and the impeccability of the words that flow from it, and also to whether that which you hear is positive or destructive. Metatron will muffle out what is unimportant, and people whose opinions are out of line with your own vibration, and draw to you instead new frequencies of sound, color, and light that can brighten your world, your perspective, and all you see. A bountiful universe has always existed. Talk to it now with a new voice and sounds to create something beautiful that serves you well. Yeah, so I think this is like, it's not just the words that you're saying or thinking, but also the words that you allow in. If you're filling your head with negativity, if you're watching a lot of things that are very negative or anxiety inducing, sometimes that can be the news, for example, like that, it can be hard for you to maintain that, kind of light-filled positivity if, or it could just be like if you have a lot of coworkers, for example, who just are always complaining. It's hard not to become that person who also participates in, that type of thing. Or if you have friends who are always just looking at everything in the most negative way. We have to be mindful of, doesn't necessarily mean you have to cut all those people out of your life just because they're humans and they're behaving like humans do. But you just might need to have like a sort of filter in your head where you're like, okay, I hear that they're, expecting the worst. I hear that they're viewing their life in the worst possible way. I hear it, but I'm not absorbing it. I don't have to emulate it, that type of thing. It's not about being judgmental. It's just you being mindful of what serves you. And, being drawn into that negative mentality is not going to serve you. All right. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this reading was helpful. Have a beautiful and blessed 2021. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right. Welcome to everyone who chose the third option here. We have a little fortune cookie we're going to look at the end. We're going to start off with tarot. And I'm using a lot of different decks here to start off with, and I'm going to use this little Prince Tarot deck just for clarifiers. So we have the Three of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, okay, Three of Swords, Four of Swords, lots of swords, Ten of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Death, and Five of Cups. So how can you make the most of 2021? The way that I'm looking at this is that these two cards represent the first 3 months of the year, the first quarter of the year. These two cards represent April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. All right, so first 3 months of the year, we have 3 of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles. So, I feel like the guidance for you is that in terms of creating more financial abundance, more career stability, making progress in career and or finances, the advice is that you're going to make slow and steady progress. I feel, I mean, the major advice is just to kind of like know that what the seeds that you're currently planting in those first 3 months are definitely going to, over time, they're going to bring you a beautiful harvest, basically. It might feel, you know, because you're like just planting the seeds, you just have some sprouts here, and you're waiting for the full harvest, so it can be hard to be patient sometimes. So I think that's part of it. They want to remind you that you might feel that you're at the 3 of Pentacles. You are moving towards the 10 of Pentacles. It just takes time. As long as you continue to put effort into building up these areas of your life, then you are going to be successful with it. Clarifying with the 6 of Swords. I think that you guys may have gone through some sort of difficulty in terms of money and or career. And of course, in 2020, a lot of people did. So I feel like your guides are just telling you there's going to be improvement here. So even though you've moved past the worst part of it. The worst part is over. You're moving on. You're healing from whatever difficult situation you had in regards to money and career. And they want you to understand that you are definitely building yourself back up in a very beautiful way. And in fact, people are looking at you as someone who's very capable and very good at what you do. So I think that people want you to advance because they see that you're very skilled. Yeah, you had to walk away from something, you know, maybe you had to leave a job, or you may have had to pay off some debt, so you lost some money, you moved away from that money. But anyway, there's something that was difficult in this aspect of your life, and you're building it back up in the first 3 months. So it's just slow and steady wins the race. And they want you to know that even though this has been a difficult transition for you, it's actually bringing you up into a better position than you would have been. So if you did lose a job, for example, that's not going to be it for everybody, but if you did, they're saying that puts you on a new path that's actually, in the long run, much better for you. And maybe partly you kind of knew that, but you don't want to admit it because it's been difficult. But yeah, admit that to yourself. Like, you actually, this, even though it was a difficult circumstance, it actually has put you into a better position. So I feel like their main guidance here is to love yourself enough to understand that. Love yourself enough to allow yourself to appreciate. My battery just went out on my light. Love yourself enough to appreciate the fact that you are building yourself back up and that this difficult situation actually puts you into a better place. Now, April, May, June, we have the 7 of Swords and the Page of Swords. I feel like in this part of the month, you're going to be doing a lot of research about something. If you have an interest in esoteric knowledge, maybe that's what it is. It could be anything, though. It just seems like you're really involved in research. Yeah, maybe there's just something new that you've decided you want to learn more about. Yeah, and maybe it's just a new hobby or a new interest. It could be work related, but it's something that's new that you haven't done before. Some sort of new endeavor, hobby, or project, but you have to do a lot of research in order to be prepared to really embark so that you'll be successful. What's their guidance for you about this? They don't want you to quit. This Four of Wands. This is something that they want. Your guides want you to keep this up. Whatever it is, you might feel like you're still a newbie at it. Your guides want you to keep it up. They don't want you to just, sometimes you can try out a hobby and then you kind of lay it to the side. They want you to continue to pick up this hobby or interest, whatever this is. It could be just like an intellectual thing that you're wanting to learn more about, but whatever it is, this is something, there's something here that you need to continue to invest in. Whoa, I think it is probably more like spiritual for a lot of you. It's going to bring you a lot of peace. That's a beautiful version of the star card. My lamp went out, so you may not be able to see it as well. It's just very pretty. Yeah, it's going to bring you so much happiness, whatever this is that you're learning. It's something that allows you to let go of difficult experiences more easily. It may help you to find forgiveness or just find your peace with things in your life that have been difficult. I think it allows you to feel more connected to Source as well, just like more connected to God in some way. Okay, anything else we need to know about this? There will be people who don't want you to do this, whatever it is, or who feel competitive with you. And they're just saying, do it anyway. You're not hurting anybody. You're just trying to learn something or trying to develop a new hobby or embark on something that is going to bring you happiness and contentment, maybe even money. Yeah, but some people will not like you doing this because they see you trying something new, and it makes them feel that somehow you're taking some opportunity from them. You're not taking any opportunity from them, though. Whatever this is that you're doing, they could do it as well if they wanted to. You're not the only person who can do this. But people are either going to be critical or competitive towards you, I feel like. And your guys just don't want you to allow that to get you stuck. Just these other people's opinions. I think that's what we have to say here. And then we have the Three of Swords and the Death card in the third part of the year. So some of what arises here in terms of people, being competitive or critical with you, trying to hold you back just from, doing something that you find interesting, that you find personally rewarding. You might have to cut ties with some people. I mean, the Three of Swords, if someone is being especially painful or hurtful to you about this, you're not doing anything wrong. You're in no way hurting this person. But I feel like their behavior is very hurtful to you. And I'm asking, why does this person feel that this is justified? Because they feel like you're sort of taking off, and your takeoff makes them feel like they're falling. Because you're taking off, you're flying, and so that's putting distance between the two of you. It makes them feel like they're going lower. You're just going higher. You're going higher, and if they feel lower, then they could also, do whatever they need to do to elevate themselves. I think it just takes this person, or it could be more than one person, it takes them by surprised to see you take off so well. I mean, this plane is even like, it's kind of like on fire. So they probably thought that you were not capable of this, whatever this is, but you're really taking off with something. Yeah, this is something that is definitely gonna continue. You're gonna become, you're just starting, you're just getting started, but at some point you'll be an expert in whatever this is. And people are just kind of jealous, you know. I don't know what else you can say about that, but you might have to just leave these people behind. You know, because it's like they're going to be dragging you down. If they thought you were handicapped before, then they really want to handicap you, you know. But the thing is, like, here we have the plane again, but it's not on fire. It's like, not only are you going to, like, elevate yourself, not only you're going to be flying, but, like, you know, this guy is, like, walking across the wings of the plane as well. So, like, you're going to be succeeding very rapidly, and it will surprise people, but, like, that's just the start of it. That's just the beginning of it, because it's going to be even more than that. I just get this feeling like you'll know. When this happens, you'll know without a doubt that there are certain people that you'll have to cut out. It's going to hurt to know that. It will hurt to know that you have to cut these people out, but you'll know without a doubt. You'll know who it is that you need to cut out. You'll know, you know, when you need to cut them out. And there will be other people who will actually be the opposite of that. Some people will be really excited that you're doing so well because they want to do well with this type of thing also. And they're like, oh, I love the fact that you're doing well because you can show me or you can help me to learn how to do that. And that's what this other person or type of person could have done as well. But no, they let their ego get in the way. So anyway, I think that... and then we have the Four of Swords and the Five of Cups at the end of the year. I feel like, I'm not going to lie to you, I feel like you're going to have some difficult times in the last half of the year with people not really appreciating the fact that you're succeeding in some new endeavor. But this is a very important endeavor, and you can't let these people hold you back. So that's the kind of the main advice of how to make the most of 2020, is to not give up this, because this is, again, this is not just a flash in the pan. You will have some sort of immediate success with it, but it's going to be so much more than that. I feel like this, you know, you're going to be like someone who's maybe known for this, who's seen as an expert at some point. So you shouldn't give up on this just because there are haters and naysayers, but your guides want you to be prepared for the fact that it's going to be difficult. People's reactions to this are going to be difficult for you. But they just want you to try to understand that as a spiritual lesson, and a moment for your own personal growth, and, you know, kind of understanding human nature. And, you know, what this reminds me of with the shovel is, like, when you're trying to grow something, you have to take out the weeds so that there's more space, more nutrients, more sunlight and everything for the things that you do want to grow and prosper. And this is a spiritual lesson in how to weed your life successfully, how to grow your own personal garden, and not allow other people to walk all over you in the process. And you're going to learn this lesson very well. So Your guides want you to be proud of yourself, especially because it's going to be a painful lesson. One that you would probably rather not learn, but it feels like if you're going to pursue this dream, which your guides really feel like it's very important for you to do that, you know, you'll have to encounter this, you know, and it's not everyone is going to be a hater. Like we said, some people will be like this. They'll be like, oh, wow, I can learn so much from you, seeing how you've succeeded. Yeah, you're going to gain a lot of respect from people. Not just in your abilities with whatever this new hobby or interest is, but you'll also gain respect in terms of how you deal with these people who just want to cause you problems and hate on you. So if you're afraid to cut these people out, other people will look at that and actually respect it. Okay, so let's see what else we've got here from the Oracle cards. We've got Silver, Warrior of Light. I feel like we had that. Reminds me of this Ace of Swords. Again, it's like you're going to have to be a warrior of light and give some people a little bit of tough love so that they know that, you know, you're not going to put up with that. Fertility, potential, powerful creative energy, initiation energy. Absolutely. You are bringing something very important into the world through pursuing this interest, this hobby, this talent that you have. Dreams. Yes, you're fulfilling a major dream. This is probably a dream that you already have and you just haven't been able to really initiate it in quite the way. But this year is the year for taking action. Oh my goodness. It's the perfect time for action. Now is the perfect time to act. Take inspired action towards your dreams. Move forward with confidence. Yes. Oh my God. Well, I don't know what else to say. It's just a beautiful message. I mean, this is going to be difficult. This is going to be hurtful, the reactions that some people have. But like I said, I feel like that's probably, for most people who achieve, especially if it's like unexpected success, other people are going to be like, oh, you just got lucky or whatever. I do not feel that that's the case because you're going to become an expert in this area and people don't luck into becoming an expert. So I don't feel like that's what it is. You'll be very respected for this. So just because someone has an opinion of you or they want to doubt you, that doesn't mean that their, you know, version of reality is reality. It's just coming from their ego. So that's human nature. It sucks. It hurts sometimes when you're on the receiving end of it. Okay, so I'm going to open this fortune cookie, and I'm just letting you know if you're wearing headphones, it could be kind of loud. Let's see what... Okay. A gambler not only will lose what he has, but also will lose what he doesn't have. I'm not sure what that means. Egg. Yeah, egg. There's like this egg of potential. Oh, you will not only lose what you have, but also what you don't have. Yeah, it's like whatever this is that you're meant to bring into being, that you're meant to initiate, if you don't take a chance on it, if you don't take a gamble on it, then you'll lose this beautiful potential. You might lose some friends in the process too, right? You will not only lose what you have, but you will also lose what you don't have. You know, so there are losses and there are gains. I think that's basically what it's trying to say here. Yeah, egg. This is something beautiful that is that you're bringing into the world. Okay, so I'm going to read this from the book as well, from this Archangel Metatron, to see if there's any additional guidance for you. I think that the messages in this book are so beautiful and helpful. All right, you are being asked to be one of Archangel Metatron's warriors of light. To do so will require strength, and you've got it. We had that strength card coming up. It will require strength, dedication, compassion, and to always deal in the truth. These are the noble qualities that one who serves the light must master in life on the spiritual path before them. Our world has seen thousands of years of bloodshed where warriors battled against each other, fighting over land, religious faith, and what they deemed right. Now, as spiritual warriors, we fight as one. No denominations apply, other than the signature of the human race working for the light. Those who are given their silver sword of truth know that we are all one. It will never be used to harm another, but to wield off and warn the dark that the light is here, which is what you're going to have to do with some people this year. It is given to you now to protect and clear the path. It is bestowed on those who have fought battles with their own darkness and have found the light within themselves once more. You have a steady hand and a wise soul, and the light burns bright within you. The sword cuts through all illusion, falsehood, deceit, and denial, and all that is negative, heavy, or tainted by wrongdoing. It highlights those who seek to harm or defame you, and only has power when held by the one it is made for. You have its power now in your hand. Use it wisely. The silver blade must never be used to harm, but instead must act to defend all that is good, honest, and pure. So I think that whatever you're doing is something that's good, honest, and pure. And that's why your guides really want to encourage you to continue with this despite the hardship of, certain people's reactions to it. Hence, it also stands for justice and a balancing of karma for anyone or any situation that seeks its energy. The silver full moon often signals a time of completion and a cycle ending and a new one beginning. At such times, invoke the silver ray to purify the past and clear the way for a bright new future, illuminated by silver's truth and clear direction. You are protected by Archangel Metatron's silver ray at all times. No harm can befall anyone who asks for his light to be within and around them. One who holds the silver sword is never alone, need never fear the dark, and is always safe. So if you feel fearful at all in all of this, know that you are safe. You are protected divinely. Feel that energy now and allow it to make a difference each day forward as you walk the path of the light warrior you truly are. So this was such a beautiful and interesting reading. I really hope that this was helpful to you guys. And I wish you the best, brightest, and most blessed 2021 that you can have. All right. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.